Thank you very much. I would tell y'all to go ahead and consensually massage that like button. And let me tell y'all something. The like button has been quarantined for months and she's frisky right now. So she wants to, a little bit rough, man, like throat, pull her hair, go ahead and consensually press that like button.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Sing, children. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Come, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody fucking with me. Nobody fucking with me. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Nobody fucking with me. Nobody fucking with me. Nobody fucking with me. Fucking with me. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Sing, children. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Come, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, I don't like a bit of this. Yeah, it's fair. It's fair as fuck that I didn't want to watch any of these fucking movies. I did not want to watch horror movies.
Well, I listen. I know you didn't, but also we needed an idea for the Halloween episode, and the marketing department thought this was a good idea that I pitched.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck both of y'all. How about that?
The marketing department is a buxom white lady, so you fucker, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna have the marketing department write a strongly worded letter to both you and her. Yeah.
Okay.
And I will read it live on the show. Cause
I like it.
This is bullshit. Like this is an unfit work environment. I can't work like.
So for those of y'all who don't know, Monty, if you were to take every genre of film or television and put them in order of most enjoyable to least enjoyable, at the very, very end where rock operas is, there's like a bunch of mud, and then underneath that mud there's a brick, and underneath that brick is horror films.
Yes.
And that's where Monty has horror films and television shows listed. Monty does not like scary shit. That's why this episode's gonna be so fun.
No, it's not. It's not.
I can't.
Can't with any of this. Fuck y'all. But
yeah. And also we're doing black horror films, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like there are dozens of films to choose from. This is good stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to get scared watching this shit. Like I want to be entertained, not scared.
Well, look, I think the assortment we have is an interesting smattering of films, so I'm curious to see how this plays out.
Yeah, and we got a guest. We got a guest tonight. We got a very special guest.
Okay.
Yeah. We have what's his name? I can't remember. You know that white dude we talk to sometimes? Like, I really like him. That super cool white dude. Like, we have him on sometimes, and he's like, oh, I like that guy.
Is he white? I always thought he was some type of Spanish.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. Hey, guest. Got a question for you. What are you?
What am I?
See, that's a fair question.
Not black. Jesus. I gotta tell you, man, it's
listen, if you're not black, then why is Shownuff, the Shogun of Harlem, on your shirt?
Yes.
Because I'm blackish.
All right, and you got Shownuff and Daredevil, who is the blackest white character in Marvel.
Go back to the glare, okay? Now, Zoe, go full screen on the Zoe, on the glare real fast, Zoe. Go back full, because not only is he wearing a Shownuff shirt, but he's also wearing that black ass Darnell Dawkins hat. Okay, everybody knows Darnell Dawkins.
I can't believe you got that. Oh my
god. Darnell Dawkins. He's the first mechanic in the hood to fix people's cars with the cigarette barely hanging on on his lips.
Right.
Darnell Dawkins. I love that. I've been looking for a Darnell Dawkins hat for a long time.
Yeah, Dragon in the West, I see your super chat. I'm having Zoe drop the Streamlabs donation link for you. It'll be there in a second.
Yes, it will be there shortly. All right, yes, we got the glare hanging out with us. So I'm okay. Let me go ahead and do the thing. Let me do the thing. Testing 1 2 testing. Okay, I think I'm ready. Okay, red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready, Monty?
I think I am. Let's see. I got my stuff. I'm good. Wait, let me stand him up. Now my space looks presentable, but you can't even. He fell down again. You can't even see him. I think I'm ready. I'm ready.
A waste of time. And we are live. Are we live, Monty?
We are live as fuck.
That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to Hannibal and Monty. I am Hannibal, the beat animal.
And I am Monty.
And today we are joined by one of my favorite guests to hang out with. You know, if you weren't so Spanish, we could have nominated him for the funniest white for the Golden Turtle Awards.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Zoe, cue the round of applause for our guest joining us today. The Glare is hanging out with us today. So, check one of the clues box for the Glare hanging out with us.
Here it comes. Sorry, Stream Deck is giving her all. There it was. I heard it.
Zoe is kicking ass and taking names. And let me tell y'all, I unintentionally threw a little bit of a big ass curveball at Zoe right before showtime, and she is calling me all types of, so we don't say the N-word on our show anymore because we got sponsors now, and the sponsors told us that, like, basically what we got told is Taco Bell was like, hey, we won't let y'all sell our diarrhea food on y'all show if y'all keep saying the N-word. So in order for us to sell diarrhea tacos to y'all, I can't call Monty my word no more. So instead, from now on, we say you people. Okay?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, even though I would never and do not ever use the N-word. Since you have to change it and switch it to, do I, as a white Hispanic-ish, one strand of black in my DNA, do I get the you people card? Can I say you people?
You absolutely get the you people card. And
I get the you people card.
And also, like, when it comes to, like, this has always been my opinion about it. Like, people's like, well, who can say it and who can't? And I'm like, well, this is how I feel. When the police pull you over, what do they think you are? If the police call it to you, if the police say that's what you are, then that's what you are. Okay.
Yeah. That's marketing department is super chatting us now. Marketing department says yes. Why are you super chatting us with our money?
Taking money out the show budget to put it back into the show.
I would probably screen your marketing department applicants a little bit better.
Me and the marketing department got beef because they conspired to make me watch this shit.
Oh yeah, that's listen, so Monty and I were having our monthly, like we try to plan out our shows like. We've been like back in the day. We used to plan out our shows like months in advance. So in January, we would have shows booked up till April. Yeah. So we're trying to get back to that. So we have our monthly planning meetings, and as we were having a conversation, trying to figure out what are we going to do for Halloween, for a Halloween episode. So next week, I'm going to be in Las Vegas, or as people like to call it, Lost Wages. And it's that type of terrible humor you can expect for the next 2 hours of this show. No, we'll be going to Vegas next week. So since I won't be here for Halloween, it was like, okay, what can we do? Pitch this idea. We did so we used to do these torture episodes where Monty and I would torture ourselves for the entertainment of our fans. And I know Monty hates horror films, and I was like, what if we did another torture horror episode? And that's where we are. So that's how we got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're doing, and just an added bonus tonight is we are doing black horror films. We will be reviewing. Can I say what we're reviewing?
Yes. Let them know what we're reviewing.
We're going to be watching Jordan Peele's phenomenon Get Out. We're going to watch Nia DaCosta's Candyman. And we are going to watch Leprechauns in the Hood.
Yes.
Leprechaun. Just one. It's just one Leprechaun in the Hood. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like it. Like if they did like a sequel, like an alien situation.
Yeah.
Like the sequel is Leprechauns in the Hood. Just multiple little people, like tricking people into like these genie-like deals and stuff.
If only
I
that movie
can't
was
wait
that
to get
good.
into this because I got thoughts.
Man, and like, listen, I don't even know how to get started on it. So, Monty, I'm following your lead. What are we doing?
All right. Well, yeah. Let's get right into this shit. Let's go right into. I figure the best order to do this is go right into Get Out. Let's start with Get Out.
Okay.
Because, we can ease our way into this because, it's Get Out. But real quick, and what we'll do is we'll run down the movies, and we'll answer the questions. What did you like about this movie? Mm-hmm. What did you hate about this movie? Mm-hmm. And what grade would you give it from A+ to F-?
Okay.
And we'll just go around and discuss based on all that.
Okay, so, I'm with it. I love it. I love that strategy. Let's do it.
So let's start with you, Hannibal. What are your answers to those questions? Since you love it.
So we're gonna do this shit alphabetically or something, okay?
No, it's Hannibal and Monty's show.
Oh wait, what did we just get? What just came in? What was that?
Oh, Zoe accidentally hit the up next sound.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Up next is Get Out.
Get Out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
See the logo sitting right there.
Yeah, it's funny. Get Out is the only one that I didn't write notes for. I've seen this movie a bunch of times, and spoiler alert, huge fan of the film. Right? Love the film. I love the acting. I love the set design. I love the art design. I love I love the way Jordan Peele created tension in this movie by using simple constructs that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, right?
Yeah.
And it's like very specifically for somebody like Monty, who exclusively dates white ladies, right? I can only imagine the sheer terror and horror you felt watching this film. Like, this must have just been like a day in your life, Monty. But that's what makes the movie so good, is that it is a very realistic horror scenario. It's like, man, I also get very nervous when I'm around too many white people. Like, when I look around, I'd be like, man, there's nobody else black here. All right, I get a little antsy, like the police.
I've seen this firsthand, y'all. So
I get nervous when I'm around too many white people. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
we're evil as fuck, dude. Like,
that's
real. Like, we're evil as fuck.
And it's not even like a conservative thing. Like, oh, if I hang around too many conservatives, too many libertarians. Like, if I'm around too many, like, you know, coastal elite whites, right? They're like, the first thing they like to do is tell me how many times they voted for Obama. So I like that part of the movie really resonated with my spirit.
Scared the shit out of me too, man. Those scared the shit out of me. I'm just like
you know what scene scared me the most in Get Out? There's a scene in the very beginning of the movie. Daniel Kaluuya and his girlfriend are riding to meet her parents, and before they go meet her parents, he's like, "Hey, do your parents know that I'm black?" And she was like, "Why? Should I have told them that?" Okay, first off, you shouldn't have went on that motherfucking trip. Okay, that was the first sign that you was about to have a bad time. Okay, but he got in the car, they're driving down the road, hit a deer, right? And then the police pull up on them. And then the cop is talking to the girl, asks her for her license, and then he turned around and asked Daniel Kaluuya for his license too, right? And in that moment, she was like, "What do you need to see his license for?" The first thing I said was, "Shut the fuck up, bitch! Okay, shut up! You about to get me in trouble." Yes, okay, and that is the magic of this movie. It is like it takes very realistic situations with very real time implications, right? You know that a lot of black folks I know, especially people that exclusively date white ladies, like my friend Monty. Oh, where's he at?
Damn,
right? Just like Monty. You know, somebody like if you exclusively date eggshell colored ladies, then I understand the how horrible that must be for you on a regular basis. Yeah, the movie is incredible. Like, I'm also a huge fan of the score work for this film.
Oh my god, yeah.
How they use and as a music producer, right? Listening to the way that they'll use just like a string section, just like hitting the bow real hard, you know, and it just makes kind of a screeching squeal sound.
Yeah,
right?
Score is real important in a horror movie. Real important. And Get Out, they did a good job with that. Yeah.
Yeah, the score of a film can make or break a movie. And it's one of those things that for a lot of people is wallpaper, right? Most people don't even notice what the music is doing and how it creates the atmosphere or the environment. Sometimes it's not even music. Sometimes it's just creating tones and ambiance. Right?
That's like white people. White people do that because they have no soul. That's why.
You know, like I like all of that. Like, and they did an excellent job with that shit, right? Like, fucking, I love the scene where they're like, "Oh yeah, we're having this family gathering this weekend," and then the family comes by. All of these white people come by, and they're just looking at him and they're sizing him up, and it's like, "Hey man, how strong are you? How fast?
Yeah.
How fast can you run? How much can you bench? Do you think that right now it's more beneficial to be black or less beneficial to be black?" Which, let me go ahead and answer that question. There has been no time in history when it has been more beneficial to be black. And I will prove it with the time travel question. When you ask your white friends, especially your white male friends, "Hey, if you could time travel to any time, what period would you like to go back to?" And they got all these great answers. "Oh, I'd like to see the birth, the rise and fall of the Roman Empire. Oh, I would love to see how Stonehenge was built. Oh, I would love to see this. Oh, I'd love to see that." For black people, it's like, "Hey, if I could time travel to any time, you can't go past 1975.
Yep.
Okay? There's no other time you were safe.
Yep. True.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not trying. Like, I don't want to see what the 1800s was like. I read about it in school. I give it 0 stars.
I would like to go back and watch the first SD card get made.
I have to interject here because there were moments. Now, you were pointing out that there were moments where, you know, it was really those they did capture those really awkward moments where white people are asking really awkward questions to a black person, you know what I mean? Now, and that's disturbing, right? But I have to interject because what made it weird to me was that's when my red flags went up, because usually there's always at least one white person that will look at that white person who asked that really awkward question and go, "Dude, that didn't happen." That didn't happen once. And then I was like, "Oh, all these white people are evil. Something's wrong here." Something's definitely wrong here, right? Immediately, because there was nobody who interjected and went, dude, what are you?
Like, hey, man, not okay. That's not cool. Yeah,
Right, exactly.
Not a single person there, right? And look, listen, I'll be honest with you. Like, there've been a lot of times when I've been in all white spaces and I've been the only speck of pepper in the South. And I'd be like, man, I hope these motherfuckers don't want to harvest my organs or some shit. I had
what kind of white people are you hanging around, Hannibal?
Listen, this gonna be the last thing I say about Get Out, right? Okay, I had a real life situation. I'm an Uber driver here in Atlanta when I'm not doing this show. I'm a musician. I drive Uber. I moonlight when I need to make extra cash. There was a day, people always ask me, what's the wildest, craziest thing you ever had happen? I was like, I had these two French people have sex in the backseat of my car.
Okay.
Yes. And I had these two French people
yes.
have sex. And it was like, at first, I thought they were just making out, right? And this is the story. I thought they were just making out, right? And it was like they were kissing. So I'm setting the mood, right? As they're kissing, I turned on some Peabo Bryson to kind of set the ambiance of the tone. I'm like, shit, they just making out, right? And then as they're making out, I feel a hand going through my afro. I turn around to see what's going on, and I see full-on penetration. She has straddled this man, and they are 100% going to town on this shit. Manuel Ferreira and Angela White going at it in the backseat of my motherfucking car. So
was he laying to the side, and she was like,
no, he regular
from behind
seated
and laying to the side?
No, man,
that's Manuel Ferreira's signature move. We know it is. Come on, like you brought it up. You brought it up.
Drop one of two bombs for the glare of knowing the multi-time male avian performer of the year. Hilarious. So look, so she starts rubbing her hand through my hair. I turn around, I see his full-on penetration happening. I freak out. I face forward, I grab the wheel, I look at the map. It's only like 3 minutes to get them to their destination, right? So I get them to their destination. Okay, we are in Mechanicsville, right? Which used to be a bad area. It's in the process of being gentrified. The area that I dropped them in was not a gentrified part of Mechanicsville. It was a part that has not been gentrified. Okay, it was rough. Okay, This place looked like it had just had just burnt down in a fire or some shit. Like it looked like they were squatting in this house. So they get to their destination, they get out the car, and it was like, oh yeah, I mean we actually just got this house. We're in the process of renovating it. Matter of fact, you want to come in? You want to check it out? Shit, you want to join us? Now,
wow.
I have had random whites ask me to join them in group sex. Okay, that has happened to me quite a few times, and I have always respectfully declined. But in this particular situation, when I looked at that house, the first thing I thought was, man, they might try to hypnotize me and steal my body or some shit. And this was way before Get Out came out. I'm just saying that I understand the premise of the film. Yeah,
it's a fetish, but I gotta tell you, that doesn't happen to white people.
No, I can't imagine it does.
Randomly ask white people to have sex with them. But crazy white people will just randomly ask a black person to have sex with them for racist fucking reason. I mean, let's just be real. Like, why would you just randomly just ask somebody like, hey,
you want to fuck me and my wife?
Yeah,
I was just like,
my wife loves the BBC.
Yeah, man. The standing rule is, if a white couple comes and says,
I do all the time. I let the BBC do.
Yeah.
Then I realized it's not what we're talking about.
When I first heard that, I was
standing rule.
Doesn't have anything to do with anything here.
Whenever a white couple walks up to you and says, "Do you want to have sex with us?" the answer is no.
Okay.
Just straight up.
All right. And Monty, tell us why the answer is no.
Because there's some weird shit involved. I promise you. There always is.
If they're that bold to ask like that, then
look, listen to Monty. It has happened enough. Don't do it. Just say no. always say no. Always.
Yeah.
Always.
That kind of brazenness, man. Like that comes with shit that imagine if they're willing to just say that shit like it's all good. Imagine what they're ashamed of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like once they get behind closed doors, imagine what they don't want people to know about.
Yeah, if they go, hey, you want to join us? Absolutely not. Y'all have fun. I'm out.
Yeah, look, and let me tell y'all something, right? I've been I've had like two black couples be like, hey, me and my wife are interested, or me and my husband are interested in doing a little swinging or some group sex. Are you and your partner interested? That has happened to me twice with black folks. It has happened to me so many times with white folks. Yeah. I can't even count. That was just and the first thing is, that's not even the most recent time. That's just the one I feel like telling y'all about right now.
Always
Also, keep in mind, I did used to be the general manager of a chain of porn stores in New Orleans. Yeah. So my life is different. Yeah, my life is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Now I used to live in Atlanta, and I knew a guy who has been to swingers clubs in Atlanta, and it's a big lifestyle in the black community there in Atlanta. It really is.
It is. There is definitely lifestyle, but there's also like a lot of down low guys out here. You know what I'm saying? You know, so there's also that. So it's just like, you know, they're looking for an opportunity to cruise, but the wife is involved.
For letting me know. Thank you, Ice-T, for letting me know in an episode of SVU what on the down low meant. I did not know until I saw that. Yeah. Man, you on the down low.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
For anybody that's watching the show right now that doesn't know what that is, being on the down low is when you got a man, typically a man in a relationship that is gay, right, and doesn't want his wife or girlfriend to know. So then what he'll do is, like, he'll have sex. Like, he'll be like, I love my wife, but I have sex with men. That doesn't make me gay. Like, listen,
that's arguably the best scene in SVU ever. We're talking about 26 seasons. Okay, arguably the best scene ever, because the guy says, "Hey man, I'm not gay. I have a wife, but I have sex with men." And Ice-T's like, yeah, I got news for you, man. You're gay. and I, like, I've seen that shit like 1,000 times.
Yes, it is. It makes me laugh every time, 100% of the time.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time. I'm like, ooh. I gotta stop what I'm doing. Like, hold on, this is the part.
Yes.
It's like,
and also, the name of that swingers club in Atlanta is called Trapeze. All right, Monty, let's go. Who's next with what they got to say about Get Out?
You know what? Let's go.
I've heard.
You know what? I'm gonna go next with this. But before I do, like, I fucking did not want to do any of this. So I tried a few times, and here's one of the times I tried watching this movie with Zoe, just to set up what we're about to get into. Zoe, just show this video. Up there.
Oh my god. What in the hell is this?
There you go. All right.
I already feel bad for Zoe. I don't even know why. Great.
So yeah.
Not cool, Zoe. Not cool.
Yeah. So
you know what? Fair. I'm voting fair on that. I know this isn't a fair file, but it's a fair file for Monty to take Zoe's tea from her watching Get. It's fair, okay?
And I brought the shit to her. And like, but
absolutely abused.
I finally sat and watched it alone And this movie is probably the scariest horror movie I've ever seen. Fuck. No, but I'll break down my thoughts. Like the scene with her talking to the cops, I didn't feel the same as you, Hannibal. Like I think that scene plays two different ways based on how you watch the movie. Because at first it looks like she's standing up for him, and then at the end you realize, oh, she just didn't want him to be able to be tracked. You can't look at his license and put him in the system. Then you know where he was going.
Ooh, well, see, Monty got that first-hand experience with white girls, so he knows. He fucking knows. I didn't know that shit. Okay. You just taught me something. You just changed the game, son.
But it looks heroic at first. It's like, no, he doesn't have to do that. And then they're talking in the car, and he's all happy with her. But then we get to him. There were so many times where he would have left, like I should have left. Because I look at it, me in that situation, the second time I walk in the room that I'm staying in and I see my phone unplugged and dead, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. And when the day after being hypnotized, I get him getting up that day and thinking, maybe that was a weird dream. Maybe it was a weird dream. Then you see the other black dude chopping wood, nobody else is around. You're like, all right, nobody else is around. Let me go talk to him. Maybe we can just talk right now. Maybe he can't talk in front of him.
I do that sometimes. Yep.
Yeah, because that's the vibe. It's like he's looking around. Maybe he can't talk like that in front of them. So let me get over there and see what's up over here. You walk over to him and he's talking like he's talking, and he's like, well, guess I better get back to work, and minding my business. After he told him that he saw him getting hypnotized, I go in and tell the lady I went with, I'm like, look, I got to go. You can come with me or you can stay here. This is your family. Do what you want. Give me my fucking keys. I'm out.
He tried that.
No, he tried that at the end. After it was way too far into the game. He was way too deep.
Yeah. He tried that after being hypnotized. Like, first off, you can't involuntarily hypnotize me. I got too many warrants out here. You can't be just...
Yeah, you do that at the beginning. Like, I know, look for the fucking signs. The second it's too much, you look at her and go, look, I'm out. I'm going. You can come with me or you can stay here. This is your family, but I'm out. I'm leaving in 10 minutes. My bag's already packed. I'm dipping out. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. I'm gonna say bye to your family. I'm gonna make something up. But I'm gone. He didn't do that. Because creepy brother wasn't around to stop him at that point, swinging a fucking croquet stick or whatever the fuck that was.
Lacrosse,
whatever it is, whatever white people play.
Lacrosse, it was a lacrosse thing, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was highlight at first because they seemed rich enough where they might play highlight, but then white people don't usually play highlight. That's more like an Argentinian thing, right? Like
I don't know what any of that shit is. I don't know what it is. You playing it, you trying to hit me in the head with it. I don't want that to happen. So get the fuck out. And like the movie shouldn't have gone that far. He was too stupid. He stayed around too long.
Yeah.
Like don't do it. Like there were too many things stacking up. Like look, and he had his answer when he got the black dude away from the white people. Like, all right, you work here. You can't talk like you normally talk around these people. I get it. I got you now where you're just cutting wood. What's up, bro? How you doing? Oh, still?
Yeah, it got even weirder. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, whoa, we done. We done. I'm gone. I'm gone. So
because he said something weird, like he was like, "Isn't she a healthy young lass? Don't you think so?" Or something like the smile and shit. I'm like, no, I got to go. This nigga. First off, I don't trust no nigga that ain't never heard Doggy Style from Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't trust no you people that ain't heard Doggy Style from. I'm sorry, I slipped up. My bad.
But
it was just there was some things that happened in that movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, too many things, and then and then he, with all that stacked up, he gets to the point where he takes the picture of that dude. and he looks at him with blood dripping down his nose and says, "Get out, get out," and he's still staying another night.
Yeah. That moment when he, go ahead, Blair.
Oh, I was saying, once that dude stepped in and that happened, you know, and then his friend, after he called him, he confirms that they know him. Yeah. At that point, that's when he finally, okay, now I'm correcting myself, because at that point, that's when he says, okay, we got to go.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Get your keys, find your keys, let's go.
But it built up to that great scene with the keys. It shouldn't have gone
that far. Yeah, I agree with you. It shouldn't have.
Yeah. It did build up to that great scene with the keys. Like, you got some keys? You got the keys! The keys! That scene was fun. Because, of course you're freaking out like that. You should have left.
The Nicolas Cage thing, but with keys instead of bees.
Yeah. At that point, he should have left 17 scenes ago. But now he's in this moment. I need them keys. I got to get out of here. And then when he screams, dude swings the thing at his head. It's like, oh, it's on now. Yeah, but I never ever want to watch this movie again. That was all both what I loved and hated about it. But I will say it is a great fucking movie that I will never ever watch again. I have to give this movie an A+. It's that good. It's that well made.
Yeah, same. I didn't give my grade yet. I thought we were saving the grades till after. But yes, I'll
never watch it again.
All right, the Glare. Tell us, what did you think about Get Out? How did you feel revisiting the film? Because you were just telling us that you rewatched it today, right?
Yeah, like just finished it just before we went live.
Nice.
So first off, I got to tell you, I don't usually watch a lot of horror movies because they just don't scare me. When I was a kid, they scared me more. You know what I mean? But I was really enthusiastic about watching these 3 horror movies specifically. Because they were suggested to me by Monty via DM, and then I realized, I was like, okay, wait a minute. So I'm gonna be the only white guy reviewing 3 black horror movies So I was like, I'm scared out of my fucking mind. I'm in. So I'm fucking.
He white.
I'm totally I'm scared as shit right now. But I gotta say, Get Out though. I it's funny that you mentioned that he took too long to leave because I felt validated. Yes, I was like every stand-up comedian that I grew up listening to that was black that was saying, "Oh, I don't understand white people, and they'll stay in the house every time there's a ghost. They stay in the house and they never leave and blah blah blah." And I'm sitting there watching this black dude and going, "What about you, motherfucker? What are you doing now? Why haven't you left yet?"
Yeah,
I felt very validated. So far, that's a good score on that movie. But I have to agree with Monty. Now, it was weird because, again, there was, from a black perspective, I could see how that was scary as fuck because you're just surrounded by all these white people and it was, I could see the awkwardness that, like, the dude was trying real hard and talking about Jesse Owens and everything like that. And you're just like, Jesus, man, stop. You know? It's really awkward.
When he starts talking about shooting a deer, he's like, "Oh man, we just ought to just round them all up and just kill them all, right?" You know, they're fucking menaces. They're just an invasive species. You know what I'm talking about, right? I'm gonna punch you in your motherfucking face.
Right, dude. Like, I do know what you're talking about, motherfucker. What?
That's when Hannibal would have left at the deer.
Yeah, that's it. First off, I was like, "Hey, man, the movie would have ended with at the part was like, hey, does your family know that I'm black?" And then she was like, "Should they know? You could just roll the credits. The movie over. I'm not going. I'm not going. Okay. I dated a mixed girl in college, and I met her and her mama, and they lived in Chalmette, Monty. Okay.
Shit.
Yeah,
Chalmette. Mixed Chalmation.
She was a Chalmation. Yes, she was Chalmette.
Chalmation is the worst part of all of that. That's the only bad part. It was a Chalmation. That's all you had to say.
So listen, I get there and like first off, I get to her house
Asian
and
Chalmation,
they
black
got
Chalmation,
2
white
Timberwolves.
Chalmations. Nope.
they got two timber wolves in the yard.
Nope.
And I'm like,
nope.
And I was like, those dogs is big as hell. And she's like, oh, they're not dogs, they're wolves. See, there was a sign right there that I needed to leave, right? But I went inside, so end up going inside, meet her mom. Her mom was white. We hanging out, we eat, and we were at the dinner table eating dinner. Her mom is a huge Wesley Snipes fan. Her white mama has the biggest crush on earth on Wesley Snipes. She thinks Wesley Snipes is the finest motherfucker on the planet. She had 3 different Wesley Snipes posters on the wall. There was Blade.
I get it.
There was Simon Phoenix and Passenger 57. Okay, she had 3
always bet on black.
3 different posters of Wesley Snipes on her wall. We're eating dinner, and then she tells me, Willie, I'm sure you are a wonderful young man, and I can tell that you care about my daughter, but I don't want my daughter dating somebody as dark as you, because I want the babies to have good hair. She looked me in my motherfucking face and said that shit. She told me that shit to my face, and I'm like, ooh, I would have swung on that bitch if we didn't have Timberwolves in the goddamn yard.
Yeah, but, bro, like, that ain't got nothing to do with race. That's Dalmatians.
I was like, listen, you win this round, white mom.
Yeah. Don't go to Chalmette when you come here.
Bruh, that shit was wild. And I was like, she told me I was too dark, and she got all these pictures of Wesley Snipes, the darkest nigga on earth. I'm sorry, you people, the darkest you people on earth. I'm gonna get this episode about to be demonetized. I'm sorry, Monty. I'm sorry. I tried. It just slipped out. The glare. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on you. The glare. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on your toes, sir. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, you got any stories involving Timberwolves?
I mean, yeah. There was a lot of red flags. Because it's weird because first of all, I have to judge the movie just as a movie. Yeah. Like, I'm a big Jordan Peele comedy fan, so when he just started doing horror movies, I was like, this is awesome, But I mean, let's face it, they're really made to scare black people, because there was nothing really scary about that movie to me because I'm white. I was like, I don't see the problem here, I was like, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't have anything to worry about. I'd be like, what's going on? This is weird. You better get out, dude. You better get out of here.
Yeah. I think they're trying to buy you, man.
I wouldn't stick around here if I were you, dude.
Yeah.
Because I'm not racist like them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those are evil people.
Yeah.
I'm at least give you a warning, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
These people are trying to buy you. You should go.
I want to still play golf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a bar around the corner. I'll meet you there. You leave first. I'll catch up. I'll leave an excuse. They won't find you.
But it's a good movie. It's a great movie. But I didn't find it scary at all.
And that's always been an interesting thing with horror films is, like, do you judge the film, like, do you grade the film based on how good of a film it is, or do you grade the film based on how scary the movie is, right? Perfect example.
If it's a horror movie, that has to be a factor. If it's a horror movie, that has to be included in there.
Because I find that a lot of my favorite horror films are great films, but they're not scary. And also, shit, I'm a grown-ass man now. The only shit that scares me is fucking failure in the police. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like, it's been a while since I've seen anything. People. Yeah, I'm just really just the police.
I think it's just discomfort.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It really just is just law enforcement. That's it. Listen, I can only make so many right turns when this motherfucker's behind me, okay? Listen, there's a reason I don't go to Henry County, Georgia no more, okay? This customer almost got me murdered in Burnt Hickory, Georgia. I'm like, bitch, you better... That's a conversation for another day. Anyway, I'm sorry. I think about, like, The Sixth Sense is a great example. Love that movie, but it's not really scary. It's good. Right?
It had some jump scares. Scares.
It's got some quality jump scares. Like the movies that have scared me the most have not necessarily been good movies, and the movies that I think are really good horror films have not been scary to me. So it's a weird kind of, it's a weird balance. I know a lot of people that were terrified by Event Horizon, and I remember watching that movie being like, man, this story is ass. Like I can't be scared of a movie with an ass story.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like, like it just, I remember being scared of like the Resident Evil movies when they first came out, and I was like, then I got old and I was like, man, this shit is lame as fuck. But like Blair Witch scared me, and then I watched it again. I was like, man, this shit is terrible. How dare I be scared by a found footage film?
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I'm kind of old, so I saw like when I was a little kid, The Shining was really scary. Carrie was really scary. The Exorcist was really scary. But it's really funny because by the time I got old enough, like when Beetlejuice first came out, and you hear Michael Keaton say, "I saw The Exorcist so many times, and it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it." That's me. Every time I watch The Exorcist, I crack up, dude. Like, I mean, when she pees herself in front of everybody in the little party. And then, and when he says, "Do you know what she did? Your cunting daughter?" I've never heard it used in that context, and I can appreciate the word "cunt" used in that context, and I enjoy it.
But when they did like the 20-year re-release, I went and saw it in theaters when it came at the re-release, and I had never seen The Exorcist before that, so I was looking forward to seeing what is perennially considered the scariest movie of all time. And I'm sitting there, and I've never seen this movie, and I'm watching it, and people in the theater are like having a time, and I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's also, I didn't see it when it came out, right? So it has a different meaning for me. So it's like seeing her come down the stairs upside down. Like, I could see how when that movie was released, how that scene is fucking terrifying. But I'm looking at it now, and I'm like, man, I've seen Bray Wyatt do that shit in the WWE 100 times. Like, I can't be terrified by that. So it's a different, and I recognize that, like, the things that scare us, like some people like the psychological shit, some people like the horror shit. I'd be curious though.
The psychological stuff because it's more believable. Like, I find things that could actually happen to be scary, not ghosts and monsters and stuff like that. I'm just like, whatever. If there's a good jump scare, okay, I can enjoy that. But most of the time, it's like the psychological thrillers that like you're like, oh my god, I never even thought that could actually happen. Oh my god, that stuff is the stuff that makes me go ooh, and I might get a little nervous as I'm going to sleep at night, and then I'll be too tired and I'll fall asleep and.
All right.
Keep me up like when I was a kid, but yeah, stuff like that. Like, yet I follow true crime, which doesn't keep me up, which is really weird.
That is amazing. I just watched the Menendez brothers documentary, not the TV show, because I was like, I remember the Menendez brothers, but I don't really remember the Menendez brothers. So I watched that documentary. I also, because of you, the Glare, I watched. Oh shit! Did my shit fail? Fuck. Oh no, okay, yeah, it's just frozen up a little bit.
Yeah,
it's frozen.
Okay, I was gonna say I watched the you had made a reference to the child Atlanta murders of the 70s and 80s. So I went
on Instagram, yeah.
So I went and did a deep dive on that because you and not only was
I wrong? Tell me that guy is not a spitting image of him, dude. It was really weird to see that.
No, that looks like that guy. Like the guy in that roller skate the roller skating commercial also looks like the guy who killed all those kids in Atlanta.
and how about it for the roller skating owner for solving the entire crack epidemic in the black community?
Yeah, he did
it. He did it.
He was like, listen, like if the only reason you selling crack and smoking crack is because you never roller skated before. He said nobody that's in jail in prison has ever there's nobody that's in jail for selling crack cocaine that also roller skated. Okay, that is somebody who missed an opportunity in their life to roller skate.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes. All right. What's everybody's grade on this movie so we can get to Candyman? Because I'm looking at the
I gave it an A. But I do agree with the Glare, though. It's like it's a great movie, but it is not scary. It is psychologically scary, but I didn't go to sleep at night because I'm not going to go out with no white girls. Because I have a girlfriend. Because I have a girlfriend. Okay, I don't need no white ladies in the chat being like Hannibal. Killed the opportunity. No, that's not what I have a girlfriend, so that's why. That's why. Monty, on the other hand, this shit should be real scary for him. So yeah, I gave it an A. Monty gave it an A+. Blair, what are you giving it?
I mean, I felt like if you're gonna fool black people into, like, you know, hypnotizing them and then cutting their brains open and stuff, you got to be a little more convincing. I felt like the brother was a little over the top, you know, like immediately I'm like, this guy's off, you know what I mean? Like, this guy's and he's overselling it. And then the girlfriend, you know, she was way over the top later on, but that helps sell, you know, how nice she was earlier. So I'm gonna give it a B+. I'm gonna give it a B+.
All right.
Because my only issue is like some of the acting, not all of the acting. A lot of the acting was great, but some of it was like, you know, so B+. Only because I'm really critical about movies.
No, it's fair. All right. Fair.
All right. Okay.
Fair. All right. All right. Well, let's move on to the next one. Next, we did Candyman. The new Candyman.
Candyman. Yes.
Yeah.
Am I going first to get on this one too, Monty?
Yeah.
Am I just going first on all of them?
We'll just keep going in the same order. Yeah.
I got you. Okay. Cool.
Oh wait, is that what we're doing? No,
okay.
we got the art. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So we doing the art first?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. All right. So in the new Candyman, the Candyman came out in 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
It was 2020.
Let's see. When did it come out? I have it.
I think.
I have it pulled up.
2021. Okay. All right.
So
the most recent Candyman sequel that came out, where in the movie the lead character, his name is Anthony McCoy, right? Anthony McCoy.
Yeah.
He is an artist. He is a starving artist, actually. Well, no, he's not starving, but he's he's a struggling artist, and he has an opportunity to exhibit some of his art in his girlfriend's gallery. His girlfriend.
I got. Let's keep it real, dude. Like the girlfriend's brother was shitting all over him because he was a freeloader, dude. Like he was a starving artist, except he wasn't starving because his girlfriend was feeding him. That's what was going on there.
He was working because she ran the gallery.
Yo, you need to kick this bum out already, dude. I told you. So I'm sorry. I had to
I'm glad you said it, because that was exactly the situation. Like his girlfriend has a great career, makes great money, and he is a struggling artist, and he had a chance to display some art throughout the movie, and I thought it would be great to have Monty, our resident artist, right, who has worked on many things and does all the art design that you see on the show. He's got his own art page. He's got his a channel on YouTube dedicated just to him drawing fantastic shit, you know. And I've seen some exhibits from Monty that are breathtaking. So I thought it would be great. I called Monty today while I was watching Candyman. 30 minutes into the movie, I was like, Monty, this you people in the movie is an artist, and you should critique his art, right?
Yes, yes.
Like
Anthony McCoy.
Like if this universe is a real place that we happen to inhabit, and you went and you saw these pieces of art from artist Anthony McCoy.
Yeah.
Right. How would you rate his art? So that's what I want to do right now. I want to see Monty rate the art in the artist's art from.
I'm interested in that too.
Okay.
I want to see how you do this.
All right, let's go. What do we got? What do we got? Let's see. Show me the first one. I remember seeing it. There we go. Oh, that's the stuff. All right. I remember this.
Yeah. This was like, so at the art exhibit they had the mirror, and when you go inside the mirror, these are the pieces of art. Monty, what do you think? What do you think of this art? You saw it in the context of the film as well.
Yeah.
So what do you think of this?
Yeah, I'm looking at this, and as far as the reaction from the critic or whoever that was in the movie, I'm like, this is kind of lame. Like, what are we doing? Like, you open the mirror and this is what we see?
Now, can you tell us why it's lame, Monty?
Because I'm looking in, I see jointed red and blue shapes. I can't make out what any of that shit is. Like nothing grabs me when I open it. I open it and I'm like, am I looking inside the dumpster? What is this? What's happening? And I know that one piece was the piece that he showed her from earlier, but you can't tell that's what it is because he's got it lit weird. So I don't know what any of this is.
Well, the one in the red, what I'm seeing is, I'm interpreting that as hands that are bound by blood and forced to spread the blood.
Oh, you see hands?
Yeah. You see the hands in there?
I don't see
They're
hands.
terrible hands, but
Yeah.
and then the blue one is like contrast to that, where there's just a bunch of hands working together to create something.
Yeah, I see why Anthony McCoy is struggling. He's very hit or miss.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right.
yeah.
What else? You want to check out another piece
Yeah,
of art,
let's go to another
Anthony
one.
McCoy's art?
Yeah, that was the thing. You open that and you see what's inside of that. Like, that was a cool idea. If you live in this world where nobody's ever heard of Candyman movies or anything like that, and he finds this story and he's like, hey, here's the thing, this guy Candyman, you say his name 5 times in a mirror. Here's a mirror. I like that idea of, tempting people to do it right there at the gallery. That's better than what's inside of it. Just the mirror sitting there.
That's a good. Yeah, the statement is what you're saying is more powerful than the actual art.
That's such a better piece. Just the mirror.
Yeah. See, I thought the piece was just the mirror at first, and I thought it was lame as shit. But you saying that the mirror by itself is
I'm not saying the mirror is good. I'm saying it's a better piece than what's inside of the mirror.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like it's like when you go in your friend's medicine cabinet looking for Viagra, and instead you just find like his heart pills.
Yeah. This is like the Supernatural's medicine cabinet that he put up in the gallery.
Okay, gotcha. Heard.
Yeah.
Also, Monty, I don't know where you hide your Viagra's at. So.
I don't have Viagra. That's too small to read.
You're definitely gonna be short a couple heart pills.
Go to the next one.
I can tell you that because I was.
Yeah. Those are too tiny to read. Oh yeah.
Going. No, that's not art. Keep going past this.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah, that's the first piece, the one he showed her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all right. I see why her reaction was what it was to it.
Yeah. His girlfriend's reaction. Anthony McCoy's girlfriend was played by Miss Marvel actress. No, not Miss Marvel. What's her name?
Monica Rambeau.
Photon.
Huh?
She played Photon, right?
She eventually, Monica Rambeau. Eventually, Photon, I think. Yeah, you're right.
Monica Rambeau from WandaVision in the Marvels, played by Teyonah Parris. And when she saw that art, she said it was very literal to the point where there's no room for interpretation.
Yeah,
that's actually pretty. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because I can absolutely make out what it is, and I can kind of already. I mean, if I'm applying Occam's razor, it's obvious what the statement is, and unless it's something else, explain it to me. But I see what she's saying, which is it's too self-explanatory. Like I could already tell the statement you're trying to make with it.
Yeah, and that's not always bad though. But in this case, it's just there's nothing striking about it, other than this is the scene.
Okay, yeah, all right, fair enough. There's one more piece, I believe.
Okay.
Get Monty's reaction to this.
I don't think Zoe got that one. I might not have said
all right, well, then that's it. Then that's all.
See, that's the thing. The other pieces, and I'll get into that when it's my turn. You go. I'll talk about those other pieces.
Okay.
Huh?
All right. So, let's talk about...
I'm first? Wait. Oh, she had it where I'm going first. All right. Zoe flipped the orders. Okay. She staggered the orders. All right. All right. Well, look.
It is. Oh, good. I'm going last on this one. Okay. Yes. There we go. Yeah.
Yes. I'll start by talking about the piece. The later pieces. The later pieces he did as he was going through his transformation, that shit was raw and just kind of painful, and they were just shots of faces. That art I thought was absolutely beautiful.
It was the Candyman.
Yeah, when it got really dark.
Yeah,
right.
Those darks.
I was actually going to mention that myself.
Yeah, and just those really pops of color. It looked gross without being gross. It was whoever they got to do those pieces, fucking chef's kiss on those. Fucking beautiful, all of it. Which brings me to one of the things I hated about this movie. What the fuck was her freak out in her job? She should have walked in that studio and said, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you, but this is money. Because that shit is money. Why is her reaction? What the fuck is going on? No,
I thought the exact same thing at that very moment watching the movie earlier today.
Yeah, we see what she does.
I had the same exact reaction where I was like, that's the best thing I've seen him do yet. What is her problem?
Yeah, you walked in to the studio in your home with this guy, and he's not there, and it's money. And he walks in and goes, don't look at that. You go, no. Everybody needs to look at this. That's the reaction. Like, you're getting a solo show with this. That's what should have happened. And then, the solo show gets murdered. That's where I thought we were going to go. But there was so much stuff. Like, one of the things I loved, I love the beginning. Like, the logos. Like, how they took the Universal, all the tag logos, and everything was mirrored. That was a great idea. Because I thought I was watching a bootleg at first. And I'm like, no, I'm not watching a bootleg. I'm on a streaming platform.
I got the Korean download again.
Yes. and when he's looking at the fucking mirror piece, and he's talking to that lady, and he's explaining his art. I know a lot of artists. I happen to also be one, but I won't use myself as an example. Not a single one of the artists I talk to has ever dreamt of, thought about, or fixed their mouth to describe their art in such a ridiculous way as he did his. No artist talks like that. Nobody. It's unless they're in some world I don't know about, unless that's the money artists that do that. But he ain't got no money, so no artist talks like, especially an artist on his level. He don't talk like that. Not at all. Not at all.
I mean, look, listen. They said that it had been years since his last successful pieces.
Yeah. So he don't talk like that. And then at the showing, everybody that made fun of him at the end as he walked out and he's like dickhead and he cracked all those jokes, that was hilarious. But then that motherfucker gets killed by Candyman, and he sees it pop up on the news, and they say the name of his piece, say my name, and he's like, what? No, let him be happy that they said the name, they said his name, the name of his piece, say my name, and because that dude was an asshole to him. Fuck him. I don't give a fuck if that nigga's dead. But that you people's dead. They said my name. So,
that's funny. That is hilarious.
Yeah, and then I didn't kill him. Somebody else did. But my piece got some publicity out of it. Good luck, asshole. Look what happened. You dead, and they're talking about me. So, yeah. So, and then going into the girlfriend's backstory, that seemed useless. That was just why. Why do we care that her daddy looked at her and said, do you know your daddy can fly, and jumped out of a building? Because it played no part in anything other than her and her brother trying to decide if they were going to sell his art. We don't care about your daddy's art right now. Candyman is out there. It does. You don't need the backstory to explain why you're taking in this artist. It was useless. It was
you actually just mentioned one of the two issues I had with this film. That was one of them.
Yeah.
That was one.
Yeah. But I did notice one thing in this movie. They flipped the script on deaths up until the end. Only white people died. The black people survived. The black people were all safe until we got to the main villains. Never saw that before in the movie. That was interesting. and I like the idea of comparing the swarm to the police. So that was a cool bit. But overall, with this movie, that's both what I liked and hated about this movie. It was okay to watch. I, again, never watching this again.
Me either.
Fairest grade I can give it is a C+.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. The Glarer. What did you think of Candyman sequel? And I want to ask you this question because I know Monty had never seen the original Candyman. Had you ever seen the original Candyman? The Glarer?
When I was much younger and kind of background, I didn't really pay close attention to it, honestly.
Gotcha. Okay. See, I had never seen it, and I rewatched, and I watched the. You know what? I'll save it for mine in a bit. Go ahead, the Glarer. I wanted to ask that question. Yeah.
I could say that I enjoyed this one more than I remember enjoying the original.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was. I mean. There was one scene that stuck out that I thought was really funny because finally, you know, the gay brother of the girlfriend is like, "Oh, girl, blah blah blah. I told you he was a bum. I told you not to let him live in his house and blah blah blah." Right? And then they're talking about how ridiculously stupid it would be. Somebody says, you know, to say Candyman's name 3 times. And then she's laying on the couch and she goes, "Who would be stupid enough to do that?" And then it just cuts right to a white teenage girl walking down the halls of a high school. And I was, I got mad because I was like, "Man, that's racist as hell. That's reverse racism if I ever saw it." But it's accurate as fuck. It was accurate as fuck. So there were little things that was like, man, you know, but then they'd redeem themselves, you know, and it was kind of cool that they cut to the original actor, or at least a computer animated version of the original actor at the very end like that. I was like, that's cool. You know, so there was some nostalgia, but since I didn't really appreciate the original that much, the nostalgia didn't hold that much water. You know what I mean? So, but it was, I mean, Get Out. I'm going to go with Monty and give it a C+ as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Get Out is just supremely better in comparison.
Absolutely, not even close. Yeah. It's not even a contest. And
not even right.
You left me a whole bunch of time to talk because I got a lot to say. I wrote a lot down about this movie.
Here we go.
So before I started,
I gotta go off camera real quick, but I'm still listening. I just gotta go off camera.
So first thing first, I decided to before I watched the new Candyman, I was like, you know what? It's been years since I watched the original Candyman. Let me go find a YouTube recap video first, just to remind myself of what happened before I go into the film. And as I was watching the recap, it dawned on me that I've never seen Candyman, right? Candyman is one of those urban legends that every black person has seen, and I just never got around to it. And I've heard so many. It's like meeting somebody who's never seen Star Wars, right? Yeah. They've never seen it, but there are so many cultural references that are made to Star Wars where you feel like you've seen it even if you haven't, right? You've seen the commercials, and you know, may the Force be with you and all. So you know so much of the stuff that you'd be like, well, I've never seen it, but maybe I did see it, and I just don't remember. And I realized as I was watching the recap of Candyman that I had never seen Candyman. So the first thing I did today was I downloaded and watched the original Candyman film from 1992. That was the first thing I did. And not that anybody asked, but it seemed real clear to me that the director of that movie likes watching white girl BBC porn. I will come back to that and defend that statement later. But yeah, that movie very much is he had a specific type of fantasy. But anyway, I'm gonna go through these fast. I love the upside down opening shots as well as the backwards mirror image production logo shots.
Just the hobby.
always love when horror films do the upside down shots. I think that's such a cool visual, and it's super easy, and it does a very good job of creating that tension in a film.
Yeah,
I love the film.
Yeah, I never caught that before, but you're making a excellent point. Like,
I got some point because I'm gonna do the stuff that I love about it first, so I can get to the stuff that I don't like about it. I love the film opening with a group of affluent black bourgeoisie friends talking about the history of Cabrini Green's project and gentrification, and then having the only white person in the room tell these black bourgeoisie how they themselves are capitalizing on gentrification.
Yes,
I thought that was fantastic commentary there, right? It's like you complaining about the problem, but also you are enjoying the benefits from it. I thought that was dope. I am a huge fan of the shadow puppet art that they use to. They use shadow puppet art to do exposition dumps in the film, and I thought
that was cool too.
As a storyteller, I think that was just a phenomenal tool, right? Because I hate exposition dumps, especially when it's just one character just monologuing about what happened.
And a really creative way to save money on a budget too. Really creative way to do that.
Yeah, it was excellent because like shadow puppet art has got to be cheaper than animation, right? And it looks fucking great. So I thought the shadow puppet art was fantastic. I love Coleman Domingo's references to Girl X and Dantrell Davis, right? So let me give y'all a little bit of backstory, and the glarer, you will appreciate this, right? So as I'm watching Candyman, I'm also consuming all of this background information about like the '92 film, how it got created, stuff like that. It was based on a Clive Barker a short story called The Forbidden. Right.
I remember Clive Barker being mentioned back in '92. About that movie. Yes. Okay.
Yes. So Clive Barker. It was based on his book, The Forbidden. The director got the licensing rights to make this movie from Clive Barker, and because he was doing a bunch of work in Chicago at the time, he thought it would be cool to. So like The Forbidden is more of it takes place in Liverpool, and the killer is more classist.
BBC.
Yeah, it's more classist than it is racist, right? So the director of the '92 film decided to go more racist than classist, even though you could make the argument that racism is classism. That's a whole other argument, for a different show.
That's a whole show right there. What are you talking about?
That in itself is a show, right?
Yeah.
But in like right before they filmed the '92 right before the '92 Candyman film came out at the Cabrini Green's housing project, and I spent about a year of my life in Southside Chicago, 95th and West Carolina. A couple of days before the release of the Candyman film, there was a young child by the name of Dantrell Davis that got killed at the Cabrini Green's housing project. And in the '92 film, the woman that's telling Virginia Madison, the main character of the first film, Helen, the person that's telling her about the Cabrini Green's project is like, you need to be careful because a kid just got shot there. That line was in the movie and happened, and the movie was released 3 days before this kid was killed. Wow. After Dantrell Davis was killed, the city of Chicago had serious conversations about shutting those projects down. So his death release of the film, led to the housing development actually being shut down, right? And in the movie, Coleman Domingo makes a reference to Dantrell Davis and Girl X. Girl X was this 9-year-old girl that got raped and killed in those projects. But Dantrell Davis, young black boy coming home from school, got hit by a stray bullet. Girl X was a young black girl, got raped and killed at that project, at the Cabrini Green's housing project. But then
they used that for a skeletal system in the story of this remake.
And this film, right? Okay, so when Coleman Domingo says, like, he said, Girl X gets killed here, nothing happens. Dantrell Davis gets killed here, nothing happens. This white girl gets killed here, and now they shut the projects down. Yeah. Right? And he's talking about Virginia Madsen, the main character from the first Candyman film. I love that they put that reference in the film, right? I think that was just a brilliant head nod. Like, drop one of the clues bombs for Nia DaCosta, the director, for doing that shit. That shit was fantastic. I love the scene where I keep wanting to call him Dr. Manhattan. His name is Yahya Mateen, right?
Yeah, I can't
and I keep wanting to call him Dr. Manhattan because he played Dr. Manhattan in the Watchmen TV series. So I keep saying in my head, I keep saying Dr. Manhattan and Monica Rambeau, right? And and I got to stop that shit. But Tony McCoy tells his girlfriend, played by Teyonah Parris, he was like, "Hey, you want to say his name 5 times?" And she's like, "Fuck no, I don't want to say his name 10 times." You know what I'm saying? Like, if a Marvel superhero, and look, listen, Monty, I'm telling you now, I'm sorry, I'm apologizing. I'm apologizing ahead of time. If a Marvel superhero says, "Don't say it, nigga," then don't say it, nigga. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Okay?
Yes.
Like, this motherfucker done fought the Kree, and she was stuck in Westview when fucking Wanda was fucking brainwashing people and shit. If she tell you not to say Candyman, don't not say Candyman.
Don't say it.
So yeah, couple of things that I thought was awesome. I like the criticism of the modern art scene, how artists will live in poorer areas so they can work on their art without having to pay or work a job or have to give back to the community. I thought that was a fantastic criticism, and I like the way he countered that criticism by saying, yeah, how are these artists getting into these dilapidated areas, right? He's like, basically, we don't create the hood, we deal with the hood, and I love that was a scene that they brought up. I love the scene where Tony, the main character, Tony McCoy, sees the reflection of himself as Candyman, right? Yeah. And the movements are perfectly in sync. That was great. Which, sidebar, Yahya Mateen, the lead actor, the Candyman that we're seeing in the mirror is also him. So he had to film himself doing both sets of movements and then sync them shits up at the same, like, fantastic work. It was an excellent fucking scene. If you have trypophobia, this movie is gonna fuck you up because there are some scenes there where there's like the hive, the comb, the honeycomb is growing out the side of his face. The severed hand scene was a plus. And you got some A1 body horror, getting a chance to see his hand get cut off, getting a chance to see the hook get inserted in it. I love the cops shooting Candyman and then trying to convince his bitch to change her statement to line up with the cops. Boy, drop one of Clue bomb for that shit. That shit was great. Excellent scene. And the ending with the shadow art retelling the origins of all the other Candymans. I thought that was fantastic. That shit was great. I also love how the titles and I also love, and just added bonus, like as they're showing the shadow art on one wall, on the other wall of the art exhibit, it's rolling the actual credits to the film that we're watching in real time. Nia DaCosta has a fantastic eye, right? I love some of the visual shit that she does and the way she tells the story, like the way she sets up some of the scenes. I think her eye is fantastic. I love her direction. And I think all that stuff is fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, if there were flaws, it was definitely not in the directing. I'll give you, that's for sure.
Yeah,
if there were things that I would change about that movie, it would definitely not be in the directing.
Yeah. Now, that being said,
I agree with you.
The things that I did not like about this movie, and it's not many, but right, there's a couple little things. Monty pointed on one where it was there was a little bit of a tease of a backstory that happened with Teyonah Parris's father at a certain point in her life that has no relevance to the remainder of the story, right? Like, take that shit out of the movie. It don't need to be there. Yeah. What I didn't like, okay. How come in movies, when they smoke weed or drink alcohol, instantly become stumblingly unsober? Right? This man got a bad critique from an artist in real time, had a single beer, and then cussed out 2 people and tripped and fell out the museum.
I'm so glad you brought that up. Yes. Because I was thinking the same thing. And I was like, dude, is he getting like that on beer? What is going on?
Lightweight.
I didn't even realize it was only one. But I was like, it's beer. What are you doing, dude? Like, this is your life. You've been working your ass off to get to this point in this art gallery. You have your own show, and you're gonna piss it away because you can't handle beer.
Yeah, that shit. And the same thing happens in movies and TV shows when characters smoke weed. Like they hit a little bit of weed, and then all of a sudden they're like giggling and want Doritos.
Yeah, but wait.
Like, yeah, man, like that's.
Can I add something to that?
A lot of people, and I've always hated when movies and TV shows do that shit. Yeah. Also, there's when they're in the after that scene happens and they're in the art gallery. Monty spoke on this scene, right, where it was like the guy Clive is there with the girl that he's fucking in the museum, and she's like, "Hey, we should go in the mirror and say Candyman 5 times," and then they proceed to say Candyman 5, and then he comes out and he kills them, right? Because of course, he also destroyed multiple pieces of art, okay? And I'm not okay with that because why you got to be a serial murderer and you a vandal at the same time?
Yep.
Okay. A lot of artists spent a lot of time and energy working on those pieces for him to just walk around and laissez-faire just be like tearing it all up with his fucking hook. But this shit ain't even about you. This is about these white folks, talking shit right now. Okay.
And that was a really predictable scene too, because like A, nobody had gotten killed yet in the movie, and B, they were the two biggest white assholes in the movie. And it was just like, all right, it's about time somebody gets killed here. These people are about to get killed right here.
Yeah. You definitely feel it come. As soon as she was like, I don't want to have sex with you. Because as soon as she says, I don't want to have sex with you, let's have sex in front of this mirror and say Candyman. Like, wait a minute, what the fuck? First off, I'm not having sex with no woman that wants to have sex with him.
You're white and you're stupid. Like, all three. Yeah, like, that's it. That's the trifecta. You're assholes, you're white, and you're stupid. You're a murder victim in a horror movie.
Yes.
Yeah, and that shit bothered me. I hated that Coleman Domingo went full season 8 Daenerys Targaryen at the end of the film. Like, he was just like the wise old black dude all movie. And then at the very end of it, he was like, I'm mad and I want to bring Candyman back. And it was like, it just felt like such a hard pivot from the character he had been. And if he was supposed to be angry at the gentrification of his community and wanted to get back at people by releasing Candyman on his enemies, right? They did not do a good enough job establishing that through line in the story for that to make sense.
Yeah, it's very much like you come into my house and we're just hanging out having a good time. I'm over at the stove mixing up some beans. You go, Monty, can you scoop me some beans in this bowl? Don't mind if I do, and I start swinging a knife at you.
Exactly. It was felt out of place. And the last thing, like, this man, Anthony, Dr. Manhattan, Yahya Martin, his name is Tony McCoy. I keep struggling with his name. Tony McCoy, the main character, gets stung by a bee, right? And then came down with a case of leprosy and waited a really, really, really long time before he decided to go to a hospital, okay? Like, this man got stung on the hand, and his hand immediately turned to rot, okay? And this man didn't go to a doctor for weeks in this motherfucking movie. This man's hand looked like Monty feet, just crusty and
My
bleeding,
feet are pretty. What are you talking about?
And the lady tells him, you were born here, and it's news to him.
Yeah.
So it's like, this lady could have like hooked you up with a whole lot of information and probably healed you up if you would have just showed up there earlier, dude. Now she's giving you your life story, and now it's too late. Now you got honeycombs growing out of your face.
Yeah,
you don't fucked up like, now, Aaron.
Yeah, and as I'm saying, like, his hand looked like Monty's feet, crusty and bleeding. That man's hand looked like Monty's beard, just dried out and covered in scab meat. That man's hand looked like Monty's leather jacket, just scratched up like a wild possum got to it. Okay,
not the jacket. Come on.
Terrible. That was it.
None of that is fucking true.
I still love the jacket, Monty.
It's right here. Always.
Terrible.
I still love it.
Terrible.
So wherever I go, I can just do this and grab the jacket.
But honestly, the worst thing about watching Candyman was watching Candyman on Amazon Prime, because Amazon Prime is like, hey, you want to watch some commercials? I was like, no, I don't. Well, too fucking bad, you're going to get them. And they was putting commercial breaks in the weirdest parts of this fucking movie. Like a motherfucker.
I rented it. I paid for it. Fuck that.
Listen, I give Amazon, I give Jeff Bezos too much of my goddamn money every fucking year. Take the goddamn commercials out my shit, okay? The fact they had so many commercials in that shit. At one point, they was like, hey, just want you to know we got 7 ads coming up. What the fuck? I'm in the middle of a movie. I'm watching the movie right now.
Dude, I'm a smoker, okay? I'm a smoker. Like, I blow money like an idiot on cigarettes, okay? $4 for no commercials is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Mm.
$4, no commercials, easy peasy. You got me.
Yeah, I can see that.
So look, I enjoyed this movie. There actually a lot of references that they make to the original Candyman, and I think to the subsequent sequels. So I'm glad that I took the time and watched the original. Like at the end of the original Candyman movie, Virginia Madsen's character, the main character, she decides that she's gonna sacrifice her life, to kill, so that way this small child doesn't get fucking murdered by Candyman. He's basically like, hey, listen, either you're gonna join me or I'm gonna kill this baby. And she was like, all right, well, I'm gonna join you then. And she was like, is it gonna hurt? He's like, oh yeah, it's gonna hurt like a bitch. I'm gonna kill the fuck out of you, right? And then he hides the baby like in what ends up being a funeral pyre, right? And his desire is for him, the white lady, and the baby to all die together. And this white lady grabs this baby, crawls out the fucking fire, and then gives the baby back to his mom, and then walks back into the fire to make sure that Candyman fucking dies, right? That is a very powerful scene, and it's a relevant scene to this movie.
Yes.
And like, look, listen, I can keep going, but I'm gonna stop here because we got other movie. We got another movie to talk about. And the next movie is the one we gotta talk about.
Yes.
Right? We gotta talk about Leprechaun in the fucking Hood. But like,
only you guys could get me to watch that movie, by the way. So you know.
We're getting there. Get ready.
This movie is really, really, really good. It was almost really good. I gave this movie a B-.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why when Monty said C+, I was like, yeah, B-. Like the original, and I hate comparing one movie to another. Like each movie should stand on its own, but because it's a part of a series, right? Because it is a sequel and part of a franchise where all the stories are tied together. In the original movie, there were a lot of really good horror scenes. Like there's a scene where like they cut a Rottweiler's head off in that movie. They fucking ripped a child's dick off in that movie. You know what I'm saying? Like they got ripped. And the scene that stands out for a lot of people is Tony Todd opening his mouth and having a mouthful of fucking bees fall on Virginia Madsen's face. Which, by the way, Virginia Madsen did that movie and is allergic to bees.
Shit.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. They had to pay Tony Todd an extra $1,000 every time he got stung by a bee.
Wow.
Yeah. So like, there's a scene in that movie.
I mean, that's how it'd have to be for me too. Like, listen, every time I get stung by a bee, I want a bonus. Like every single bee sting I get, that's got to be in my contract for sure.
He said he got stung 26 times, but they paid him $23,000.
Yes.
And he was like, yeah, the motherfucker still owe me $3,000. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I give this movie a B-. If you're going to watch it, I highly recommend you watch the original first and then watch this one. Like, I don't think you should watch this if you watch it as a standalone, it's fine. But if you watch it with the other movie, I think it makes for a much better viewing experience.
Yeah, you put extra credit into it, and that's why you got B+.
At the B-. Like I'm a half step above Monty. I think it was Monty thinks it's better than okay.
Some really excellent points in regards to the story and everything and the direct. Yeah, you made some excellent points. I see what you're saying there.
Yeah,
because I didn't watch the original. I didn't have nothing to compare it to. But
I like Tony Todd said that when he did that movie, he wanted to do it like two things. One, they said that they wanted to do it like he wanted to make like his version of a Phantom of the Opera character. And I see that when I watch the original film. And he also said he wanted to make it kind of like a vampire movie. And I think it's kind of cool because it's almost like a reverse vampire movie where the only time you can see him is in mirror reflections. And you can't actually see him. So I thought, you know, and the fact that the director, Nia DaCosta, saw the vision for that and was like, I see what y'all were going for, and I know how to do that in 2020. Right, and was able to execute that so well, where you never see Candyman in person, you only ever see him in the reflection in the mirrors, and I thought that was a cool idea. Yeah, I gave it a B minus. It was B. It was like I said, it was almost really good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, those are our first two, and we're about to get into what the three of us came here to talk about. I'm sure.
Can't even think about that movie now.
Yes. But let's have a little bit of a palate cleanser.
A smoke break. What we're about to do is play a video so Monty and the Glare can go feed their nicotine addiction.
Yes.
And then after that, we'll get to Leprechaun in the hood.
There you go.
Tell the fans what it is. Make sure if you haven't already, click the like button, click the share button, click the subscribe button. We got the Glare hanging out with us right now. You motherfuckers better fucking subscribe to this shit.
Yeah. Y'all just get ready. Check this out. I thought this was appropriate talking about horror movies with, you know, the election looming. So, you know, here you go. Check this out. You'll see what it is, Hannibal. Let it be a surprise. You can't even guess which one it is, have you? Can you?
I have no idea.
All right, here we go. Hit it, Zoe.
And we do have some speakers this evening. The first one is Alex Stein.
Hello, Council. My name is Primetime 99 Alex Stein, and I have a little presentation for you today. I have a little audio accompaniment. I really want to try to help the people out there. Okay, guys? So let me just get it going. They call me Primetime 99 Alex Stein. I hope you guys like my flavor. Come on. Time 99 on the grind all the time. Go insane for Ukraine. A bullet in Putin's brain. I'm time, always on the grind, always gotta shine. And you know it's no lie. My best friend. What? Oh, excuse me. Come on, audio. Where are we going? Now we're cooking, guys. I got it turned down a little bit. It's prime time. Let's start that one more time, guys. Come on in the audience. Let's vibe tonight. It's prime time. Officer, you know I'm on the grind. You know gas prices are way too high. Stop in. It's got to die. Put a bullet in Putin's head. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm a freak for the vaccine. Vaccinate my body at the party. Sipping Bacardi. I'm the proof when I'm in the booth. Spitting on the mic. Said the facts. Putin hates all of them black. Putin is a bad racist. Put him in the ground, white or brown. And I'm in plain old town. And you know you just got found. I'm a pimp, I'm a blimp. You like to stop this shit. No, you can't stop my time. I'm number 99. And you know I'm bringing time. And you know I'm doing all the time. Well, I'm teaching class. This is your whole class. The Linsky is the VIP. You claim and I go insane. Put a bullet in Putin's brain. You know that is the plan. I'm a Zelensky stan. I love you, Vladimir Zelensky. You are so smart. What's a snap? Did somebody fat? No way. What can you say? Vaccinate me straight off. I love you and I love you. Wow, and grind all the time. And you got that sanitizer. And you know I got that Pfizer. You know I stick it in my veins. Put a bullet in Putin's brain. Do it for the Ukraine. Before I go insane. Let me antibacterial my body. At the party, sipping Bacardi. You know the flow. And I am a pimp. Cause I am on the flam. It lasts a snake and trap. One more time, I grind it live. And you know I grind it live. Gas price is way too high. Vladimir Putin needs to die. Gas price is way too high. Vladimir needs to die. I'm the truth and the boo. Take a picture. I'm a winner. I'ma eat you for dinner. Okay. I just want to say, I love you. We need to take out Vladimir Putin. Like Lindsey Graham said, thank you very much. I appreciate the time. Peace. God bless you all. Prime time Stein on Instagram. Thank you.
We got you down. We got you down.
The next speaker is Brian Wellington.
Could you imagine being Brian Wellington going up to the stage after this? He's going up there in his fucking with his ironic handlebar mustache and his banjo, his fucking ukulele dressed like Mumford & Sons and shit like that. He's about to sing his song about women's rights. That's funny.
We haven't played that one in a while, so I thought it was scary enough.
I real quick, I gotta say, one of my producer homies by the name of DJ Quality, he also has a Stone Cold Steve Austin beat that he made that is fucking fantastic. I gotta make sure I clip this out just so I can send it to him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I forgot about that video, Monty.
Yeah.
I all the way forgot about that shit.
Yeah, we're gonna get that one uploaded to the channel.
Yeah. That's funny.
We will get through this movie without getting demonetized. The marketing department, I'm sure we can.
All right, we will see. If you if you haven't already, click the like button, click the share button, click the subscribe button, click all the buttons. Yes. We are joined by one of my favorite guests. The Glare is hanging out with us. And listen, The Glare, I want you to know my head songwriter, my head songwriter and the lead singer of the band that I'm in, Cole Love and the MVPs, coming to a state near you soon. You are his favorite guest that we've had on the shit show, on the Hannibal and Monty. Yeah.
Nice.
You the first time when we had the race draft with Sid Wines from the ATL Track Monster.
That was a fun stream.
Yes.
You had a segment where you did a random Morgan Freeman impression, and he I remember that shit all the time to me. He'd just be like, man, when the next time y'all having the Glare on the show? So I'm sure I'm hoping he's watching. If not, I know he'll catch it in post. But
yes,
yeah. Now we get to talk about the movie of the night.
Yes,
Leprechaun in the Hood. I had actually seen this once before, and I only remembered a single detail about this. Yeah. And after seeing it again, I was like, yeah, all right, okay,
yeah. Look, real quick before we get into it. Glad you said that. We're gonna let Glare start first, but Hannibal sent me a pre-recorded "What's Eating Hannibal." Let's just roll that real quick.
Oh, you okay? You want to do it now? All right.
Yeah. So here we go. Wait. Is that what we were doing, Zoe? Oh no, I fucked up. We're gonna do that before you start talking. I just dropped the ball. I read the notes wrong when I read them earlier and just now. Mm-hmm. So the Glare. What did you like about this movie? What did you hate about this movie? And what grade would you give it?
Man. I like that you said, what did you hate about it and how did you grade it? You didn't ask him what he liked.
What did you like about it?
First of all, I've never watched a Leprechaun movie ever.
You never watched any of them?
Never.
Same here.
Man, I envy you right now. Here. And the first one you saw was number 5.
Yep, same here.
This is about to be a roaring good time.
Yeah. Both of us in the same boat.
This is the first time I've seen it, and I ate a 20 milligram gummy, and so my memory is going to be a little hazy on it. So you might trigger my my memory, and I'll go, oh yeah, like I've been doing, but off the top of my head, what I liked about the movie, I was impressed with the makeup, honestly, because the dude who was playing him, his facial expressions and everything, the movement, it was convincing. It was I thought the makeup was actually very convincing. But the creme de la creme, you put iced tea in anything, and I'm sold. I don't care. He had me in the original Breakin', where he's smashing records, and he's yes. I love Ice-T, and I love Law and Order SVU, and I love him on Law and Order SVU. And as soon as it's the first person they show in this movie, and I'm just like, yes. So I'm like, all right, this is just gonna be great. And he's playing a pimp, which is just great on top of everything else. So, and besides that, everything that I like, besides that, just how horrible the movie was, I loved. So I mean, that just so just I mean, we're talking, if I was black, there would be a lot of it that would make me mad. You know what I mean? Like, really, really low brow racist shit going on, dude. Like, I guess we're moving into stuff I didn't like. Well, I kind of like that though, because I'm sitting there watching this and I'm going, dude, if I was black, that would piss me the fuck off right there, dude. Like, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I don't have the movie memorized. I just remember moments where I would be like, I can't even fucking believe that dude signed a contract and read that line out loud.
Right?
Like,
so many of those.
Like, I almost said you were a disgrace to the race, but I don't get to say that. You know what I'm saying? I don't get to say that. I almost said it, but I don't get to say that. But it was
funny. That is hilarious. And there's a line in this movie where, like, there are movies that are like intentionally awful, right? Like Sharknado, right? Like any of those movies that sci-fi makes, those sci-fi original films where they take an animal and a natural disaster and put them together, like Cougar Tsunami or Tarantula Volcano or fucking
fun stuff.
You know, Meth Alpaca or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Any of those movies that they make, right?
Remember
and it's
the
like,
cockroach movie that they bust into flames, like one got on their head for some reason? There was a cockroach movie, and then they spontaneously combusted. It was weird. Yes, I remember this in the 80s. Sorry to interrupt you, but you made
the spot. Yeah, like there's movies that they'll make and they'll intentionally make them to be kind of parodies of the genre, right? Not in like the slapsticky, scary movie kind of way, but more in just, I don't know, just like campy, like Sharknado, right? And I am all for that. All for that. The question is that what this movie is supposed to be? You know, is that the lens that we are supposed to be consuming this movie? Is Leprechaun in the Hood their version of Sharknado?
I doubt
That's
it.
the question.
That's a question that I don't get to answer. That's up to you guys. You guys get to. I don't get to make that judgment or determination due to my pigmentation or lack thereof. So, because of that, but I'm like the little leprechaun dude. I'm telling you, he kept saying shit that I was just like, dude, like, they were so like bigoted, and I was just like, and I picture if I was black, I would have been like, you know,
listen,
like,
I can tell you that I personally, I don't know how Monty's gonna say, I was not offended by any of that stuff in the movie. Monty, I don't know about you. I wasn't offended by it.
I was just shocked at how much they were getting away with it, and how that's how I was like, man, if I said that at a party, dude, I'd get beat up. You know what I mean? Like, they'd be like, no more drinking for you. Look at what happens to you, Will, when you drink. Jesus, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'd have been reprimanded.
Yeah, if somebody woke you up at a party and you woke up and said, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, free at last. You're getting your ass whooped, dude.
Okay, I can't wait. I can't wait for my one season Hannibal. Okay, I'm ready for this. Okay, I made the whole video for this motherfucker today. All right,
I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this.
So, what grade do you give this, Blair?
What was the question? Sorry,
what grade
you cut out.
Do you give this?
Oh, what? Man, I almost don't even feel comfortable grading it.
Oh, no, we got to know. It's going to be hilarious now. Oh, come on.
That's funny. I like that. I like that. Okay.
I'm going for Big Air, man. I'm giving it an A-, dude.
Okay.
I'm doing it.
I love it.
I'm going for Big Air.
I love it. I love it.
I fucking loved it.
All right. So we can get to this. What's eating Hannibal? I will. I'll jump in right now. So I'm gonna start with the stuff I didn't like about this movie. So first, right out the gate, Postmaster P. What the fuck is that name? What? Postmaster P?
That's in my notes, actually.
I wasn't sure if I heard that right.
Yes, his name is Postmaster P. No, that's not your name.
Master P. I was like, I know who Master P looks like. That's not Master P. And I was like, Postmaster. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, and from the start, that song they were singing, that was trash. They blew up the thing, or whatever. And then, speaking of songs and stuff, the other thing I hated was the Leprechaun's weak-ass bars throughout this entire movie. Like, stop trying.
God. That was the worst rap I've ever heard in my life.
Yes, and he's like, oh, that is the bomb. Like, stop, just stop. Why you gotta do that? And then, but I did like right after that, for whatever reason, he just reaches over and plays the most extreme version of Pull My Finger I've ever seen.
Oh my God! What was the rap at the end? The Leprechaun singing something.
Oh yeah, I can't remember the actual thing.
Leppin' in the Hood.
Yeah, and then he tells that dude when he tells him he's ugly, "I'm the ghost of Drac Strat. You must be tripping. Stop it, Leprechaun. Stop it. Where did you even learn that? Who taught you that?"
Oh my God!
Why are you saying this?
Yeah.
I'm just. What are we doing? What are we doing here? I'm getting to this point. I'm like, what is this movie? What is happening? And now we're finally into it. They've stolen all this stuff. The Leprechaun's out. They got the flute, and they finally start talking about
come to do no good.
What the flute is. Yes, Lep in the Hood come to do no good.
Somebody posted it in the chat right there, and that came to my head. Okay,
that is Leppin' in the Hood because it ain't no good.
Yeah.
That's right. Who said Caravallos? Zoe, drop one of Clue's box of Caravallos for that one.
Worst shit I've ever heard in my life.
So, yeah, they get the flute, and they're finally figuring out what it does, and they're performing. And right now I'm confused. Because before they play the flute, like one person, like Postmaster P played it when nobody was around, and then they all came out and they filled up that little courtyard. So does the flute make them better, or does the flute make people like them no matter what? I couldn't figure that out.
The flute powers were undefined in this movie.
Yeah,
they did not explain implicitly what he could do with the flute playing.
But we knew
I gave up on story strength as soon as I saw Ice-T. So literally within 2 seconds of the movie.
Yeah,
in my defense.
Oh no, it's fair.
You're thinking way too far into it than I did. I
was just trying to follow so I could know what to expect, and I couldn't because they kept throwing me. And then we get there, and then they get in that bathroom when he shows up in the apartment after he kills the trans woman. And he's looking around for the flute, and Butch is like, "Hey, you just get these gels that this trans woman has." And you squeeze them on this thing, on this heating pad, and you put it on the floor, and you flip that light switch, and it's going to make it burst into flames. How, Butch? How? How? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense, Butch. But then, on top of that, he sets his fucking trap, and Butch is a bitch. He's like, Post, you get over there and watch that. And Stray, you get out and get his ass in here. Butch, why don't you do it? You set the trap, you know where he's got to be. Butch is a bitch.
I want to point out that there is a point in that movie, like right after that scene, or right as that scene was happening, they set a midget on fire.
Yes.
That happened, okay? Like,
yes.
That was a thing that took place. There was a little person in a costume, and it was like, hey, listen. We want to set you on fire.
All you gotta do is spin around
and
on
the budget
fire,
for this movie not that big. So I'm like, how much did it cost to set a little person on fire? That's my question.
Yeah, and
it
then
seems like something Vince McMahon would be very happy to know.
Yes, it would. Then they go hide out at the church, and they suck playing the song, but that throws me off too, because they perform the exact same song, but the flute just gave them a beat this time, and somehow summoned Coolio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coolio was in that movie for like 2 seconds. I was like, was that Coolio?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And then now I'm losing my shit. Because they get there, the Leprechaun shows up and Mac Daddy shows up, and I'm like, all right, y'all know this flute can help you. Why are you not blowing the flute when Mac Daddy shows up? Make him stop. You got the power right there. It can do something to him. It will make him at least stop in his tracks. We've seen that. Like, what does this fucking flute do? I don't get it. And I don't. The fucking Leprechaun, out of nowhere. I watched it twice. I watched this twice.
Shit.
And then I saw it. There's a brief scene where you see them, but they don't have names. He's sitting in that fucking safe in the church, and he does some weird chant that sounds like it's ancient, but it's brand new, because these ladies are new. He summons his zombie fly girls. What the fuck is a zombie fly girl all of a sudden? Who the fuck? What are we doing? Why? Fast forward. I'm not trying to tell the whole story, but all the shit I didn't like. After Stray.
For the record, I loved everything you're talking about.
I love the
After Stray shoots himself.
All these things, everything you're pointing out.
Yes,
you're bringing me back. And I'm like, this is great.
He's just reliving the movie. It's great.
Yeah.
After Stray shoots himself, they figure out what they're going to do. They part ways, and Butch the bitch comes back, and he's like, I figured out what to do. This weed. How do we get in? We dress like ladies. No, that's not how you get in. There's like 9 other ways to do it. First off, you are not convincing women. Not at all. Why is that the idea? Stop it. Stop.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. There's a storyline through thread right there, right?
Okay.
The through line is, in their mind, earlier in the film, the Leprechaun already had sex with the trans woman they were staying with. So maybe he's got a type.
Okay. All right. Fair.
That's what I think it was. They thought he was into that, and the Leprechaun was actually like, hey man, listen, I look like a demon. I got shoe buckles. I got belt buckles on my shoes. Just listen, I'm trying to get pussy however I can. I'm not mad at that.
That's totally what happened. The Leprechaun was like, whatever.
Yeah. I'm just like, I didn't get it. And my other problem is, why is it that in Leprechaun in the Hood, we got to sit this dude down and give him weed to stop him? Stop it. We could have come up with something else.
What was in the weed? There was something in the weed.
Clovers.
4-leaf clovers.
I was like, that's right. I was like, are you kidding me?
That means Butch went out kicking his feet around clover patches looking for a 4-leaved one until he got back to Postmaster P's house.
That didn't happen.
And he found a bunch of 4-leaf clovers to roll into some weed in South Central Los Angeles.
Yeah,
okay.
But he also had to take the time to dry that shit out so it would burn properly.
Right.
After reading that book. So yeah. A friend in weed is a friend indeed, but a friend with gold is better, I'm told. All right.
Bars, you people. Bars, you people.
I was just responding to Ace. That's what I hated about this movie. What I liked about this movie was I liked that in the opening scene, Ice-T's afro was like Felix's bag. He could just pull anything out of it. That was funny. That's it.
Oh man, the pick. Using the pick, I was like,
kill with the pick. All right, there's two things. Kill with the pick was funny. Yeah, that was funny.
There was a lot of white guilt. I was feeling a lot of white guilt.
But the opening scene is what I like.
Laughing at the afro pick throat slicing, I was like, should I be laughing at this? But I was laughing.
Yes, you should. It's funny. It's funny. So yeah, that's what I hated and what I liked, and I just straight up gave this movie an F-. I'm done. I don't need to. I'm never watching this movie again. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
F-. Like the worst thing is like as bad as Catwoman. That's pretty. That's saying a lot, Monty.
I feel like your expectations were way too high.
Maybe they were.
Listen. If you're the biggest fan of the Leprechaun franchise as Monty has, right? And then you get to part 5, and then this is what they give you. I can understand. Listen, Monty watched the Leprechaun series in the beginning because it had a teenage Jennifer Aniston, and he was like, that's the type of white meat that I want. That's what, he saw that sweet white nectar and was tied to the series, right? Me, I'm a fan of Willow, okay? So I just fuck with Warwick Davis, you know? That's all. That's how I felt.
Yeah, I'm still impressed with that makeup, man. That makeup for such a low budget movie, man, was pretty good.
The makeup is great. So this is my experience. And I want to read my notes first.
Do you want to do that, or you What's Eating Hannibal?
No. I want to do my notes first.
All right, cue Zoe when you're ready.
Yeah, I will let you know because this is exactly how it happened, right? So I got on YouTube, watched a recap video, to get me up to speed on the Leprechaun franchise. Turns out not necessary at all for this film. But I watched the recap of Leprechaun 1, Leprechaun 2, Leprechaun 3, Leprechaun 4, which apparently takes place in the future in space, okay? You know what I'm saying? He ends up fucking an alien.
I know what I'm doing tonight when this is over.
Yeah, listen, he fucks an alien, and then the Marines that come to save her end up taking the gold. Calamity ensues. Right? It is fucking wild. So I'm like, okay, good. I'm prepped for Leprechaun in the Hood. I saw this movie when it came out. Like I vaguely remember it. The only thing I remembered about the movie was a friend with weed is a friend indeed. That was literally the only thing I remembered about this. And to read Dragon in the West quote, because it actually leads into what I was going to say, Ice-T's afro is basically a bag of holding. If you if you attack his hair, it opens up a rift into an astral plane. That is 1,000%. Ice-T's afro is an old lady purse at church. Okay, it is endless. Yes. There's just an infinite amount of space there. It is a black hole of possibility.
Yeah.
So that's the there's that. So I sat down with the movie and what did I like about this movie? I like Ice-T. What did I hate about this movie? Listen, I like Ice-T. Ice-T only got one gear, but he got it is good to go. All right, he only got one move.
I agree.
That man is like Bill Goldberg. He only got a couple moves in the ring, but damn it, he gonna do the shit out the moves though.
Yes.
Oh shit, he speared him again. Like that's Ice-T, right? He only got a couple moves in the ring, but god damn it, he perfected those shits. What didn't I like the movie? Okay, when it opened up, it said Trimark Pictures presents. That right there, Trimark Pictures. That was like back in the day. That was when I saw Trimark Pictures, you know it's about to be ass. Okay, and I'm not talking about booty talk. Okay,
yeah.
If you see Trimark Pictures, it's about funny story.
Or Dimension Films, same thing.
This movie might have actually been the last home release that Trimark Pictures did before they went out of business.
Really?
Yeah, somebody needs to quote that because I saw that online today, but I didn't fact check it. So somebody check it and let me know. I hated that it was a Trimark Pictures film. I hate that as soon as the title started playing, it immediately started playing rap music. I was like, what the fuck is this? Ice-T with the fake ass afro. I thought that was trash. When he called him Midget Midas, like this Midget Midas motherfucker, right? They break into an abandoned building. There's Colt 45 sitting on the table. I'm just like, what am I? They make a Jefferson's reference. He said, oh yeah, we're moving on up to the east side. The movie now ain't on for 5 minutes, y'all.
Yep.
Okay, and they are wildly out of pocket.
Now, mind you, just to give you perspective in real time, I was laughing my ass off during those 5 minutes. I was dying.
Yes.
I was like, oh, this is the best idea ever. I'm here for this, dude. This movie's only an hour and a half. What?
Yeah, like the rappers in the movie Postmaster P and Stray Bullet, right?
Yes.
Okay, these rappers is ass. Okay, they ought to call it. They ought to, they're ass. I don't know why the DJ booth blew up and sent them you people flying. Right?
Oh, it's because he was mixing chemicals on it.
Yeah. Also, I don't understand how in the year 2000 these you people was rapping like it was 1987. Okay.
Yeah.
I felt a way about that. I didn't like that this you people was named Postmaster P. All right. And the P stands for positivity. Lame. Yeah. That's fucking lame as shit.
Like,
positivity P pass. Okay. That's what that stands for.
Will Smith would have called him a pussy.
Yes.
Yes. Like, and then at a certain point, so I had to stop it. And at a certain point, I was pulling my phone out to record all these things. And I was just like, you know what? This is my What's Eating Hannibal. So there it is. So I had to stop taking notes so I could show y'all this video. And I'm going to show y'all what all the shit I ain't like in this movie in one video series right now. Zoe, whenever you're ready, play the video.
Oh. Uh-oh. New Stream Deck update. It's fucking with us.
Okay.
Wait. Give it a second.
All right, I'm giving it a second. This movie. The Leprechaun had on a gold chain and stabbed a man in the back with a plastic afro piece. Like, come on, man. What are we doing? People, use your Google, okay?
It smells like crap out here. You're full of what?
Where's all the fucking flying cars?
What?
Y'all see how Monty's black ass set me the fuck up?
You're jackass.
I voted for Joe Biden just because he's Obama's friend.
What?
Yep. At what point in the movie will we see somebody holding a gun to the Leprechaun with the gun cocked sideways at him?
20 minutes, and it's got to be sideways.
Look at this bullshit.
People, use your Google, okay? It smells like crap out here.
Nah, I can't. 5 minutes in.
Boy, you need to get yourself some pussy.
You leave town store. Go on. Here's a knock your black ass home.
Kind of like Robin Hood. Stay, we're gonna be robbing in the hood. Only with oozes in that case, baby.
Big old you big hoods. You got four new inside your woods.
Oh, there we go. Sideways gunshots. And we're 20 minutes in the movie, just like you said.
A friend with weed is a friend indeed.
Gotta give me some boot time. You know what I'm saying?
You get down and jiggy with pictures and hoes.
That's right, child.
You do video, child dance. Child dance.
Nah, I don't think we're gonna be having you in our video, you know what I'm saying?
What you call that dance, child?
Child know many dances. Child do the funky peasant. Child get hard with his bad self.
Where's my fucking flute? What flute you talking about, man? We ain't got no flute, man. Don't fucking play with me. Where's the goddamn flute? Man, why you ain't giving that shit back, Post? Nigga, I was scared.
Yo, man. Coolio.
Remember, my daddy's still out there. He gonna be coming
Let me take a look at you before I tap your ass. Don't let it down unless you've the courage to go downtown.
Is the pussy in heaven, folks?
I'm a wee green guy who's new to town. Show me what you do when you get down. I'll go up, you go down. I'll see your love. Never in the hood, you no good. Never in the hood, we're bad. We're good. From the cliffs of more to your front door, then turn up the lights and race some more. Then fight through the night until the dawn. Then you and I gonna get it on. Never in the hood, not to do no good. Never in the hood, not to do no good.
Dance routine. Dance routine. Dance. Roll credits in the movie. Dance routine. And Warwick Davis got top billing over Ice-T.
Wow.
Yeah, he did.
About to start.
Wow.
Ass, okay? The movie's ass. The movie's ass. It's like, if the movie is supposed to be a Sharknado style parody, right? Then I'd be like, okay, cool. If it's gonna be a black comedy, okay, cool. But I gave it a D-, all right? I gave it a D-. The only reason I didn't give it an F like Monty is because of Ice-T. Ice-T is like, the movie is bad, and not even in a, for me, it wasn't even bad in a fun way. But I also watched this movie sober, and maybe that's my fault. Maybe this is a movie that you're supposed to have when you had a little bit too much psilocybin, or you smoked too much weed and you had a strong ass edible. You know, maybe this movie is great on meth. I don't know, okay? What I know is I watched it sober and I did not enjoy it. Just Ice-T is great. Man, Monty, you want to hear some crazy shit? You want to hear some crazy fucking shit?
Bring it on.
The main character, Postmaster P.
Yes.
Did he look familiar to you at all?
He did.
What do you know him from, Monty?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. No. You remember Star Trek Enterprise?
Yes. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
That's him.
Wow.
Doesn't that make you even madder now?
Yes. Fuck.
I think his name is Anthony Montgomery. He played the black guy that was the helmsman to the Starship Enterprise. So look, just so y'all know, Monty and I are big stupid ass Star Trek fans, okay? When they did Star Trek Enterprise, right? Like the maiden voyage of the Enterprise, the person that was flying the fucking ship was this black guy that grew up on a generational ship. It was that man from motherfucking Postmaster P from Leprechaun in the Hood. I have seen this man be a good actor.
Yes.
Trash. Yes. Yes. Dragon Away. Travis. Yes. Travis. That was him.
Yes.
Postmaster P.
Yeah.
That was him.
Yeah, I knew it started with a T. Trip was the other one. Or did they call him Trip for short?
No. Trip was the guy that was the second in command.
Yeah. Travis. Yeah,
Travis. That's who you thinking about. Yeah, Travis. That's him. That was Travis.
Shit.
That was Travis from Enterprise.
Shit.
I was so disappointed. I was so mad that they went and got like.
Monty's devastated. Look at him.
Yeah, listen, I was so hurt when I saw that shit, man. I was just like, oh fuck, man. Like, I would have been just as disappointed if that had been LeVar Burton in that shit. I was like, no, LeVar, no, okay?
No,
it was in Roots, man. Reading Rainbow. And it was like, and then he was in Leprechaun in the Hood. Get the fuck out of here, all right?
Yeah. You should have burned the script when it said the P is for positivity.
Yeah, and no, listen to me. That man took that job as a rapping gangster. That was that was him, Travis from Enterprise. The first person to ever fly a ship called Enterprise was a black man, and he was also the lead of Leprechaun in the Hood.
He was also
the
post
fifth
Master
Leprechaun
P.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I listen. I like I said, if I was high, I think that movie might have been great. But I was sober. Okay, I wasn't drunk. I wasn't on meth. I wasn't on shrooms. I just watched it sober, sitting on my couch on and not for nothing, sitting on my couch watching it sober on my birthday, and Monty didn't even wish me happy birthday today.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't wish him happy birthday today.
Yes. So also everybody, it's my birthday. So drop one of Clue's bombs for that. Yeah. Okay, it's my birthday, and I can't even get Monty to like nothing. I talked to Monty like 3 times today, and not one point did he be like, I was like, hey man, I'm doing all this work. It's a special day, and he was like, yeah man.
I told you. Didn't I tell you happy birthday like 3 weeks ago?
Things today too.
Didn't I tell you happy birthday like 3 weeks ago?
But 3 weeks ago is not the day I was born, and
but I was like,
I expect you to know that type of shit.
What I did was I called you. I said, look, bro, I know your birthday's coming up. Happy birthday.
No, that is true. That is exactly what he did. He was like, I know your birthday is coming up, so happy birthday.
Yes.
Okay? And then on my birthday, have the audacity to make me watch Leprechaun in the motherfucking hood? Okay? Trash.
It's just love. It's just love. That's all it is.
And you know what? Just to spite Monty, I'm not giving this movie an F. I'm giving it a D- because Ice Cube is in it. I mean, Ice Cube.
You always talk about days and shit like. I don't know your number system.
The number system is the day that I was born. That's it. You were there. Wait, you know what? Maybe you weren't there. Like, just so y'all know, I always tease Monty for only having sex with white ladies. But he had sex with one black woman. It was my mama. He gave birth to me, and he never dated black women again.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to all your numbers and charts and shit. Like you're like, oh, this is, you use this much of this, half a cup of flour, these chemicals make up days and weeks and hours and minutes. I don't look, your birthday's coming up, happy birthday.
that is an unsatisfying answer. That is an unsatisfying answer.
I get up in the morning, Zoe will call me and say, hey, we got a show today. I'm like, okay, I'll do a show today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but you would never forget to tell Zoe happy birthday.
I tell Zoe happy birthday every day.
Mm-hmm. But you didn't tell me happy birthday on my birthday, which is today.
Yeah, but I tell her every day.
But you didn't tell me though. It's not her day. It's my day.
Like, oh, I didn't today. Zoe, I hope you have a very happy birthday today.
Oh, you don't. You know what? You fucking. And I should expect this from somebody that looks like Whoopi Goldberg had a baby for the Predator. Okay? Yes, I should not be surprised with your dusty ass, dreads, with your boyishly gray beard and your no shoes having ass. You know what, Monty? You know what, the glare? You know what, Monty? You know what, Zoe? You know what, everybody? You know what? You know in the motherfucker.
Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking.
Sweet Halloween and collard greens.